Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Monday, and that means jazz. Today we're looking at a bass player who has not only led his own groups, but been a sideman for a number of different performers. Most noticeably, one we've talked about just a few weeks ago was Keith Jarrett, piano player, the bass player being Charlie Hayden. He'd been a member of Keith Jarrett's group for a lot of years and did a lot of recordings with him. We also mentioned Charlie Hayden during the Carla Bley episode when we talked about his Liberation Music Orchestra, which we're also going to touch on today. I had a couple albums by Charlie Hayden, and the first one I bought, this is back 1976, Charlie Hayden, Hampton Hawes, As Long as There Is Music. Now, this was under Charlie's name, just the two of them him and piano player Hampton Hawes, and this one came with a lot of extra stuff. Firstly, came with an 8-page booklet. Added to it a little bit of background about the players, about the music. What's significant on this album, and which was really a lot of fun and kind of ties in with the Keith Jarrett idea, there's two songs on here, one called Hello Goodbye, and the second one called This Is Called Love. And these are two songs that Hawes and Charlie improvised. They weren't written out arrangements, it was just the two of them playing and creating it on the spot, which was really pretty daring and a lot of fun. Another thing that I found interesting, I had a transcription of one of Charlie Hayden's solos. I'm going to get up so you can see maybe a little bit of it. Now, what's significant here, especially if you're a musician, no bar lines. Just note after note. And there is a little notice on the side which says, time values of notes do not relate to a constant. Rather, they relate to that which immediately precedes and succeeds each note. So the notes in here are based on the length of the time of notes previously played or that follow them. So no bar lines, no key signature, well, no key signature, we got all accidentals in here, but no time signature as well. And quite a different concept. I mean, it's like John Zorn we talked about, where he was just handing out cue cards saying, you know, play this kind of music and play that kind of feeling. Charlie Hayden, again, they were kind of getting outside the box. He had started out playing with Ornette Coleman's band, so he was used to being a little different than the mainstream. And this was it looks like a 2-record set. It's actually a gatefold opening album. Charlie on that side, Hampton Hawes over here. And just the two of them playing, which is kind of a nice treat. You really get to feature a lot of each player, and again, it shows Charlie's bass style, not just playing the rhythm along the bottom, but also creating a melody or counter melody to what's going on. Now the second one, and this was now we talked about before, but again one of my favorites, is Charlie Hayden and the Liberation Music Orchestra. Big band. What I really enjoyed about it was his cohort in here, Carla Bley, arranging and writing a lot of the music. Now, Liberation Orchestra popped up whenever Charlie had something to say. It was like his protest band. One time was during the Vietnam War era. This one was during the George Bush era in the U.S. This was recorded 2004 after the second term elections. And again, Charlie used it to kind of express his dissatisfaction of what was going on. And it's a lot harder. I mean, sure, Bob Dylan wrote protest songs, but you had the words, you had the, that to kind of drive the song. It's harder as a jazz musician when all you have is the music to get that kind of point across. Anyways, here's some of the tunes we've got. Name of the album and the title tune, Not in Our Name. This Is Not America. Blue Anthem. America the Beautiful medley, including America the Beautiful. 2 versions of that. Lift Every Voice and Sing, and Skies of America. Amazing Grace. Going Home from the Largo of the New World Symphony, Throughout, and Adagio from Adagio for Strings. Again, a very interesting album. A nice concept he had. The arrangements by Carlo Bley are just excellent. So, again, a different side of Charlie Hayden from what we heard with the duet with bass and piano. But two very interesting styles. Now, this band, still kind of going on afterwards. A couple of years ago, Carlo Bley was supposed to bring this band to the Ottawa Jazz Festival. This was after Charlie had passed away. But unfortunately, something happened at the last minute and couldn't make the connections in the planes, ended up getting canceled, so I never got a chance to see them live. Another little fun fact, Charlie Hayden, he is a father-in-law of actor Jack Black. Hey, small world, eh? Anyways, back to the music. If you get a chance, you're interested in bass, he was one of the ones that, along with Charlie Mingus, were credited with defining the whole new style of bass playing. New Liberation Orchestra. Well, this one's called Liberation Music Orchestra. A couple of albums out under this title. Obviously, a lot of places where he's a sideman. Your best bet is check Wikipedia and find out, because there's too many to list, other than majority of Keith Jarrett ensemble groups would have Charlie Hayden in. And the other album I looked at, As Long as There Is Music, the duet album with Charlie Hayden and Hampton Hawes. So that's it for jazz for today. A couple of things to take a look at. Obviously, Charlie Hayden's all over the streaming networks. Hard copies are available. Lots of places to go and check out this very innovative performer. Anyways, everybody have a good week. We'll see you on Wednesday when it's Classic Rock. Till then, take care. Thanks for stopping by.